Alright. You know, over the weekend, after playing Curse of the Dead Gods, I was inspired to go back and play Dead Cells a little bit. Just a bit. And, I gotta say, Dead Cells in this have very different, control schemes. Oh, there's another event. What do we got? So, the one that relies on the bow. Something about light. Alright, so money and perception, constitution, and constitution whenever I'm below half health. Dexterity for more damage, and perfect dodges, increasing my move speed. Well, it was worth a check. Well, looks like we're starting with a mystery. We'll then go into an attribute, then into a money. We can then roll... upgrade. The question is, do I want to roll a second attribute, or... Well, here's the problem. If I go unknown attribute, I'm locked into that second, well, that gold, which means that I have to choose between a relic and an upgrade. If I choose relic, I'm going into an upgrade and then a weapon. If I choose the upgrade, I'm going into an attribute and then another relic. It just feels... I don't know how to describe it. The inability to path both left and right, and only being able to choose left or right, hurts me greatly. I guess it makes it a more in-depth navigation system. More in-depth? That's not the word. More... waitful? Weighted? Hey, Ghoul. How are you today? I'm pressing the wrong button. You get grumpy at Brock and Guma. What's fun? What happened? Claws are interesting. And another whip. I like the whip that I have, though. Ah, yes. The bone shard whip does extra from behind. You played Enshrouded and you didn't eat? What do you mean you played Enshrouded and didn't eat? I don't want any of those. You played it while being hangry together with those two, and it just didn't occur to you to acquire sustenance during or after? No. I mean, a good game does have quite the hypnotic effect, more often than not. That's very unfortunate. More damage in darkness. That's just more damage. We'll take it. You actually feel hunger way too late most of the time? More push-ups and sit-ups? But of course. Well, Ghoul, would it bring you any amount of solace to know that I asked Brock, are you always the way that you are? And the answer was, anything that causes suffering. And all I have to say is, I think there's been a fundamental misunderstanding. Guaranteed crits are nice, but no thank you. Rude? Well, I'm sorry. But I'm sure you understand what I mean. We'll take just the treasure find this time. You can tone it down? Oh, I don't want you to tone it down. It's just... You provided quite the contradictory, display. I guess it's kind of like with me. You went one way during the stream, and then you came into my chat and were something not quite completely different, but, were noticeably more forward. I have no problem with you being who you are. I enjoy you being you. It's just, I was surprised. I'm sure you were a little surprised as well whenever you were, when you initially found me, and then I was in, I ended up in your chat. Brock has Guma already, and Guma has Brock. I hate that there's no music in the in here. Hold on, what is assist mode? Oh. There's just outright invincibility. Interesting. Hey, Xali. Look, in my defense, I said you were too young. And I stand by that statement. You're... Maybe when you turn 25. Or maybe when you hit 26, maybe. Eska said you're probably not his type. Y'all are cowards. I'm sorry, it's a matter of ethics. Your harem dream is destroyed. I mean... Don't let your dreams be dreams. Be proactive. What is the plus-minus tolerance? So, out of curiosity, I looked up, and it apparently, like, general, in heavy quotes, consensus, or what's being pushed is, half your age plus 7, or, what is it, your age plus, or is it your age minus 7 times 2? Yeah, that's what I said. I'm just like, half your age plus 7, so if someone's 30, you have that takes us to 15. That means 30-year-olds are fine to date 22-year-olds. That seems a bit weird. That seems a bit sus. Granted, my way isn't a whole lot better. It's either -5 or +10. I generally don't go for people who are, like, more than 5 years younger than me. And I generally don't go for people who are more than 10 years older than me. Is that rule probably for old people? I don't know. You're 38, so it would be like 25, or you're 36. If you go by my arbitrary rules, it would be 31. Yep, divide your age by half, and then you add 7, and that's... You out of the baby in this chat? Yes. Yes, you are. That's why it's like... It's why it wouldn't feel right if I actually started seriously flirting with you and not just playing around with innuendos. The age gap's a bit too much. I've been sitting here waiting to do push-ups and sit-ups. I do hate how in the menu it's just dead silence. All right, we're gonna sit in the game while I go do the push-ups and sit-ups. As far as I'm aware, Exali, Ghoul is... Oh god, what was the other rule? Your age -7 times 2, I think. For like the oldest. You're 23 becoming 24. Yeah. Yeah. In both meanings of the word, Exali. But that's not the point. Granted, I say that there's that arbitrary rule, but apparently, statistically speaking, most relationships are people aged within like 3 years. So it's just, wow, this is such a strange thing. And you're already considering yourself a grandma? I'm gonna call that young hubris. You don't know what old is. You haven't experienced that yet. Your wife is 33 on Thursday, so she's 3.5 years to you. I regret to inform you that that's not... That's the kind of thing that gets you slapped, Exali. You don't talk about a woman's age online without, like, shaving off a few years. uh, what's the joke about some husbands 11 months apart from you? Oh God, you and Guma are still so young. Both feel 60 since having your son. The first kid is always the hardest. Always. Because it is that new experience and you just don't know how to handle it. Right, I need to go do those push-ups and sit-ups. I'm burning time here. Alrighty then. Hold on a second. Still not out of breath? Of course not. The game is now playing through my speakers. Alright, hold on. I need to fix this. That's not supposed to be happening.
It's only 20 push-ups and sit-ups. So the next time Guma streams, I'm going to go ahead and ask him, has he considered doing push-ups and sit-ups for you? Hey Guma, have you considered exercising in front of your wife? Have you considered, bringing candles into the bedroom? Curse the dead gods. We'll get this back up. Candles. Well, I mean, from what Brock told me, ignited the fire in your loins. That's chlamydia. Or gonorrhea. But, I mean, candles in the bedroom for a little bit of wax on the chest during the act. Isn't that unusual? Need to sing that like Tom Jones. Sing what like Tom Jones? We'll take that. That's just stats. The parry window on those big guys are so disjointed from their attack. The attack, like, signifier. It flashes like, oh, here comes the attack, and then it waits. We take that one as is instead of just selling it because that means we can just get more money. Alright, let's run an upgrade our whip, probably. It's not unusual. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. You had some range, buddy. I keep expecting them not to lunge with their attack there. He ignored the stun. What's the Prinny? And what do you mean, loved? The Prinny is a character from Disgaea and the Disgaea series. It is very good. I find Prinnies to just be so adorable. I don't know why. Alright, we'll upgrade the whip. Offhand combos deal critical damage is very nice, so that every time I do the circular slash, that's a crit. I think. We're also going to get our first curse here. We've been taking a lot of unnecessary damage, and it's been showing. Pretty. Dude! Lose as much gold as you take damage. Health loss is reduced by 25%. Well, that's kind of mitigated by our, that one relic we got. This one, gain 100% of damage taken in gold. Dynamite. I do love Prinnies. They're so adorable. The actual lore of Prinnies are incredibly fucked up, as Japan is one to do with their lore and backstory. Here's an adorable, cute character. What are they? Well, I'm glad you've asked. Is there like an extra... Hold on, when you dodge diagonally, is there a... No, there isn't, just sometimes. That's weird. I'm mad I took a hit there, but it is what it is. Aren't they like demons? I mean... Yes. So, if I remember right, Prinnies are, in Skya, the reincarnations of the worst people imaginable. That is their punishment in the Divine Plan TM. If you're super evil in life, you become a Prinnie in death. Prinnies are the bottom and the lowest tier of demon. They are just disrespected, full stop, by everyone. And the way hell is run in Disgaea is it is basically a Japanese black company, where, for arbitrary reason, Prinnie wages can be garnished, withheld, and Prinnie wages tend to be just a fish. Sounds like a dream, to be honest. A fever dream, maybe. A fish for a penguin. In the original Japanese dub, Prinnies just talk normally. In the English dub of it, whenever it got localized, they made the Prinnies cute by making them just adding dude to the end of the sentence. If you look up some of the Disgaea stuff, where it's just the Prinnies being Prinnies, they are so adorable. Alright, I'm liking this whip a lot. You dreamt of being part of the Mafia and having to kill your whole family with fire so the cycle will discontinue? That is a really weird thing to say, to go immediately into whippity whip. Why is it 70? Not happy that I have to offer gold here, but we're going to offer gold here. I should know your head is damaged. You have a brain injury. Is your brain injured? Ow. He tried his best. I don't think I took a single hit there. Yes, jokingly, but the mental damage might be real. Still have to find out. Maybe when you're 30, it will make flick for you. Oh, we'll take the healing, and... Gains obtained when offering a gear object to the gods are increased by 100%. We'll take this for now. Because it gives stats. We should have taken that first. That's a pity. Don't feel too bad, Ghoul. I think we all had problems. We just never really realized or acknowledged it. Alright, we'll take gold right out the gate, and then we'll go to that vault. And then maybe attributes? Yeah, gold first. You don't feel bad? You own it? I mean, more power to you. I mean, I might as well. The increase in perception is a welcome sight. Some throwing axes. No, we'll take the money. I need to hydrate. Hold on. I'm getting the lightest rasp to my voice. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Two to dexterity, gold offerings, remove corruption. We'd lose damage, but we'd gain damage. Whip him. I'd like to whip you in the most consensual way possible, I assure you. 2 to perception, and more to healing effects. Yeah. Oh no, we can do this now. Why must the timing on that attack be so disjointed from the actual swing animation? Why does it hurt me so? You're nosy, so you ask a question now. How many languages do I speak? Fluently? I'd say none. Maximum stamina is reduced by 1. Killing an enemy with any weapon restores 2 stamina points instead. That's unfortunate. Yes. Ah, yes, chest cheese. I love it. Let's see, incendiary bombs. We aren't really using this, but we could use it to generate a ton of health. 9 to constitution. We can replace our old constitution with that. Or we can stack it. Fulmination, Death's Rampart. Parrying reflects projectiles. Interesting. No, we'll just get rid of our curse. We'll just take this as a straight upgrade. And this, I mean, it does slightly less damage, I think. Yeah, it does slightly less damage overall, but it does fire. And it does get some increased damage from a constitution. Some fire bombs. Upgrade, peeps, upgrades. I mean, yes. Alright, we can now either grab attribute and go into weapons and then a relic, or we can grab money, go into a relic, and then money again and grab an attribute. I'm gonna go gold, relic, gold, and then attribute. Make sure I keep my money somewhat balanced out. Also, the whip being able to restore my health and having guaranteed crits is very, very nice. I'm out of stamina. Whoops. What do we have here? More damage in the light and some points of constitution. We don't care about this, so we'll take the money. I'm mad. I'm miffed by that. Sorry, your arcing projectile doesn't arc the right way. Explosives. Alright, good enough. The critical whip is being spectacular. It has good reach, good range, and good damage. We'll take the corruption reduction here. So, I didn't really want to say anything previously, but this... I don't know if this is going to be the last stream of Curse of the Dead Gods or not, but I am fairly soon thinking about branching out into other stuff once again, moving on to the next proverbial project. I have no idea what it is, but... I think it's an odd statement to say that, I think I've had my fun with Curse of the Dead Gods. Alright, that'll close if we go in there, and going over here is money. Nine into perception. I'd rather have the perception over the constitution. We have this, but we're not lighting enemies on fire like ever. But it's good to have in our back pocket. We'll trade one 9 constitution relic for another. If I were smart, I'd probably take... Like, I'd probably get rid of the ancient sensor and take the torture ring. For the more health, but... Here we are being dumb. You know, I say that. I could still just take this. Also, we... No, we got it. Never mind. Sorry, Ratty had a geriatric moment. We lose 2 dexterity. The only 2 bonus dexterity we've got in this run. But that does effectively double our constitution. So it adds 450 health, which is quite a bit of health. Actually, oddly enough, I think I want the constitution over the dexterity. Yes, dexterity is the stat which governs damage. But the extra 450 health, I think will help us more in the long run due to the 1% max health for each kill. The higher our health is, the more health we get back whenever we get a kill, so we're more likely to break even if we ever trade. Six to dexterity. We could trade out the constitution for that. It, 12 dexterity just on the floor here. What are the chances we got two of the same trinket? They both only offer health, so that's kind of worthless. I'm mad that they're set up like that. That's unfortunate. I will say some of these traps are very clever, the way they set up the cobwebs and whatnot, to cause chains of explosions. Oh yes, the good old-fashioned use an enemy as a torch because I already lit them on fire. You've gotta go? Or are you simply making a joke? Ah. Alright, have a good one, Ghoul. I hope to see you next time. Hope whatever you're off to do goes well. You need food. Go get food, little missy. Go. Oh. You barely had the range. Barely. I immediately healed it back, but... Gain 4 dexterity, or gain 6 dexterity. I'll gain the 6 dexterity. What a strange situation. All right, we'll go to attributes. We want the raw stats. Minus 16 corruption. The 20%... No, we don't need it. We're mostly whip damage, so the corruption is actually just better. More damage to lightning attacks is actually good, but we don't really want to trade that off. We'll take the reduction in corruption again. The corruption reduction sounds like... No, I'm not going to make that joke. I better make that joke anyway. So, We better take the corruption reduction. Sounds like the kind of bill the Americans would pass to give the government more power. We'll offer gold here. Alright, time to fight the twins. Alright, that flurry of attacks and how she can chain that endlessly is very annoying. Well, that was rough. I swear, the timing on the flurry of attacks is a little scuffed due to the slowdown that happens. 6 perception or 9 constitution. The damage in the dark is very nice. But the fact that we can just drain and get some stats there. That's a lot of help. That's a lot of... That is a lot of money, but more importantly, that is 12 dexterity and 90% damage increase in the dark. I don't know whether they stack multiplicatively or additively. But, like, I'm very tempted to just trade out a couple of my things. Like, get rid of the Chalice of Vigor, get rid of the Blazing Ring, and just have that plus 12 to dexterity and all that extra damage in the dark. So gold, attribute, mystery attribute. But do I need more attributes? I could take... I might take this path instead. Healing, mystery, relic, upgrade, so I can upgrade the whip again, money, and then that attribute. Yeah, we'll do this. It's kind of regrettable, but we'll eat the corruption. We'll probably get a curse here, but we'll probably be fine. I don't fully trust myself not to choke here heavily, so... throwing axes. Damage based on perception. Minus 24 corruption. Grenade. We'd rather take the money. Oh, it was the triple attack. I did get greedy there by trying to light this and just embracing the trap damage, but ugh. Why is the timing so disjointed from your visual indicators? That enemy, the big boys in particular, always throw me, because they're simultaneously so slow and so fast. They're slow enough with their wind-up and the release of their attack that the light throws you off and actively hinders your capabilities of parrying it. While being fast enough that if you mistime your parry, you don't get a second chance. We have plenty of money. We'll take both. Alright, we want relic upgrade. Yeah. We've had these same weapons the entire run because of how strong our whip has been. Our old Pontiac Sunbird still performing after all these years. Minus 24 corruption. If we can manage to not take another hit, there we go. You love to see it. We'll take these. That is phenomenal. Very lucky corruption reduction there. Ooh, we perfectly dodged that. That's kind of concerning. 10 constitution. I've never seen such a large flat increase. That's Like, this... I don't know what to do here. I don't have poison attacks, so we'd be taking this just for the raw Constitution gain. And, like, we can reroll. Another 10 to Constitution. I want to reroll again. 9 to Dexterity with the Purity Ring. Greed kills, remove corruption. It's too late for that. Final roll. Well, Constitution. By God. Like, hear me out. What do we get rid of here? We have guaranteed crits, so we don't want to get rid of the Onyx Shard. Tier 4 Relic. Oh my God. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to get rid of this in case we run into anything else that can give us free stats. Because that's really good. I don't want to get rid of anything that gives me perception because I'm not getting a whole lot of perception from items to begin with. What we have is mostly the 5 starting and then from the attribute shrines. Well, no, perception isn't going to help us here in a minute. Because, like, nothing I have scales on perception. My bombs do scale on Constitution, so... like, I guess just ditching this is fine. Because I'm not really setting enemies on fire. I do have the fire bomb, so I could use that. Now, let's get rid of this. I'm at almost 50 in a stat. That's... I'm sad those summoned enemies don't restore our health. 3,000, over 3,000 health. Good heavens. 2,200 increase to health from just raw Constitution. God, Constitution stacking is busted, and I love it. Plus to health. Plus to health. Ah. Almost. I was almost completely vindicated and justified. Like, those add to health, and it doesn't matter. Like, I wish this gave any stat, and I'd be to the moon with it, but... For now, we'll take the non-existent healing. Upgrade will upgrade the whip. Yet again, for even more damage. Now for gold, we're gonna get a curse here, which is unfortunate, but understandable. We could have gone mystery instead of gold, but... Oh, corruption now passively increases over time. I dodged into the explosive because... We'll hold off on this. Alright, now we pop it before moving into the next area. We traded there. I barely took more damage than I healed. Okay, there's the way out. Quickly now. Reduction on corruption. We'll hold off on trading that in real quick, just so we can explore the rest of the room. And we're good. Wait for it to tick, and then we go. Check attributes. Plus to health. Plus to health. Why is it always health? Please. I don't need health. I want stats. Stats and money. Okay, this was a short floor. We'll just offer gold. We have plenty of it. Oh, right here. I really hate that the parry timing is weird. With that charge attack on the normal little dudes, the lurkers. Like, the big problem I have, TM, is just the fact that it's not tied to anything reasonable, anything logical. It's not they get to you and then attack. No, it's they charge a certain distance, even if they run into you and then attack. Oh, we can't go up there anyways. That's a pity, that's a shame. Time for the boss. We'll probably collect a curse on the way, which is something. Our damage is a little low, but our health is reasonably high. Dark Avatar of the Jaguar. Well, 540 damage. There's... Some of these attacks come out just too fast, where even if you see them and try to react to them, there's just not enough time. Oh, that's some nonsense. Had to get into incredible amounts of focus. I suppose that's fine. That's fair. We won in the end. Yeah, Dark Avatar the Jaguar, the final enemy. 2,655, because it was hitting for around 500 a pop on some of those. Very good. Achieved the victory. And we had the starting weapons the entire run. My damage was feeling really bad by the end there. No upgraded weapon this time. That's unfortunate. We could get some more Divine Favor, or we could unlock another altar, which is probably what we're gonna do here. We could unlock another one of these, but I'm happy, in heavy quotes, with what I have. You know? Like, sure, I could specialize even harder by, like, stacking favor of this and the treasures and probably infinite greed. Let's restore another altar. All right, this has some upgrades. We have 20 jade rings burning a hole in our pocket. I think they're called jade rings. I don't remember, to be entirely honest. This is gonna sound weird, but I don't like spears. They don't do enough. I don't like bows either. And I don't even use bows. I think that the biggest problem is that whenever it comes to two-handed heavy weapons, like, the swords and the clubs can be used to break walls, and so can the bombs. But that's it. If you choose sword, club, or bomb, you're golden. But if you choose a spear or the bow, you're gimping yourself in a weird way. Unless there's some mechanic that I don't fully understand, but like, I don't really care how good a bow or the spears can be, TM, but like, I don't know. I feel like they don't bring enough utility to the table, since I don't... Like, if it comes down to it, I'm either using exclusively the heavy weapon, with the case of that one cursed sword that you can get. Yeah, this one where it's damage also heals you, because that's just really strong and hard to pass up on. But, like, the spears just don't have the damage TM. I guess that one hits for 30, but that's still less than, like, the weakest sword. I guess it's faster. No, I've picked this up before. It's not that good. It's not actually that fast. And I guess as far as bows goes, some increased... another ranged option is nice. It's just like with the pistol, just like with the whip, it costs stamina to use. And the utility they offer just... I don't see it. Their damage isn't that high. And throwing weapons get a pass for me simply because they can break walls. I don't really use them, but they can break walls. I could unlock the last whip. Desperations fail. Stamina regen. Oh, more damage per missing point of stamina. No thank you. I don't want it. Grape shot revolver is interesting. Crossbow of the Condemned is actually a pistol. Get that one out. The Alchemist Flintlock. I banished this weapon because I use it wrong. I know from experience I can't be trusted with it, and I will try to get every last hit with it. So I've hidden it. I've yet to see these Heart Seekers. Oh, I can't banish the weighted blades or the hunting axes. Interesting. Chromatic knives. Each combo deals a random type of elemental damage, fire, poison, or lightning. Does that mean the first two in the combo also get it, or is it only that third attack? Because, like, if it's only that third attack, this is basically worthless to me. And with this, I don't do charged attacks with the throwing daggers. I don't have a reason to. It doesn't smart aim. It just does the cardinal directions. Well, it's not quite right. You do one ahead of you, one behind you, and one to each side. And I can't think of a situation where that's super useful. If you're surrounded and your primary is throwing knives, you've made a mistake. Like, and I can't imagine doing a charge attack being, like, the thing you want to do there. I imagine using the offhand whip to do a bunch of damage to all the enemies around you would be better. I'd imagine doing the back step with a dagger, which does high damage and gives you iframes, would be better. The cone blast with the pistols in order to knock back and do damage in a cone in one direction in order to get some breathing room would be preferable. I really dislike that there are base weapons, permanent weapons, that I just can't get rid of. Like, I unlock some weapons and then I realize that, oh, I don't want these showing up during the run.
Like with this, deals critical damage when only one enemy is nearby. That's great on some bosses. Also, why is sword-based damage just... I say it's not great, but main hand stuff tends to be kind of lackluster in the damage department. And I think this is part of the problem I've run into with Curse of the Dead Gods. It's like, oh, look at all these things you can unlock, and it's just like, yes, they're new and interesting ways to play, I guess, but I'm never going to use these. Like, a lot of these are situational at best, and there's a lot of chaff mixed in, if you catch my drift. Because, like, why is the Ancient Buckler and the Whispering Aegis? Why are these permanent weapons? Why is the Show Field and the Rainmaker permanent weapons? Shouldn't it just be the basic ones that don't have an ability should be the permanent weapons that always show up? I guess it's to prevent you from heavily, what is it? I guess it's to allow you to banish all the weapons you don't want, except for some to make it so you don't have incredibly similar, consistent runs. Normal ranged attacks are ineffective. Perfect shots deal double damage. How does that affect the combo? We'll grab that shield. And I hate to say this, but with the revolvers, you aren't really sitting there plinking away at enemies with them. Like, they mostly exist to weave into a combo. Like, sure you can, but most things end up with too much health. I can't imagine, like, doing an entire run where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna main pistol. I want to point out that, each kill permanently increases base damage. Great, at 100%, halfway there. You're tied for damage with the Duelist Shiv. And then I guess after that you get to, what is it? 45? Which is good, don't get me wrong, that's on par with some of the two-handed. I immediately say as we get the Broken Longsword at 45 and the Primal Hammer at 45. Like, what do we take here? Realistically, we take this. Cause bomb. That's literally the only reason why. This is the problem, TM, that Reddy runs into. It's just like, okay, what do you do here? Well, like, I'd like to take this, but I dislike the bow so much that I don't want to have it. This is fine. Having a source of weakness is good. I don't know if I have one of these tier 3 missions in me again. Don't get me wrong, they're fun and all, it's just... I guess that's something I've started to notice about Curse of the Dead Gods, is that the runs can be kind of long, and they can be kind of heavy. If you catch my meaning. I can't even remember what these bosses are. Okay, so this was... Now I remember. So this was the Witch with the Skulls, and this was the creature that I parried the hell out of, and then just did counterattacks with the, that one longsword. These two bosses are incredibly unpleasant for whenever you run into them. This one is fine. I like this boss. This one has some weird issues with the parry timing on the dark phase, but that's fine TM. This boss does quite a lot of damage. My god, the damage is real. But like, this enemy's fine. This one was fine TM, bit aggressive, but fine. But this boss and this boss are just unpleasant. Oh god, why are you like this? Alright, we're probably gonna pass on this unless the weapon is particularly good. We'll grab attribute. Hopefully that's money. Grab attribute. Then we're locked into a weapon upgrade. And then money again. Oh, I thought they would die. I'm off to a great start on these on these enemies I fought a long time ago and I forgot the timings for. Nope, not worth it. We're just gonna ignore it and move on. We're gonna end up with a curse here very, very soon unless we find a way to deal with it. A lucky weapon drop or something of that description.